Details of what's happening in Tawang. Times Now is the only channel reporting live from the Indo-China border, to be precise, from Tawang, the site of the clash between India and China on the 9th of December. As always, keeping you ahead, Times Now revealed the blow-by-blow details of how our braves gave the People's Liberation Army a bloody nose at Tawang. How the Chinese were not just bashed black and blue, but were chased and some of them even captured by the Indian braves. Today, Times Now is the first channel to report from this site of the clash, getting you minute-by-minute updates of the Army's preparedness and the build-up of infrastructure at the border. In fact, after the clashes, the Indian Air Force is also preparing for air exercises with Rafales and Sukhois at the eastern sector. Times Now is reporting from the under-construction Sela Tunnel at 13,000 feet, which will be an all-weather road right up to the LAC. Here are some reports that have been filed by Priyank Tripathi from the LAC.
Reports suggest that there have been series of attempts by the Chinese to abduct those nationals who are staying in this side of India, as well as those people who have been close to the border. Recent attempt, because what we have seen that there's quite a lot of development which is being seen here inside Tawang area, and the roads are also pretty good.
मेरे तरफ से यही दुआ है कि और ऐसा ना होने से ज़्यादा अच्छा रहेगा और हमारा इंडियन आर्मी लोग उन सभी के साथ जो चाइनीज लोग हमारे तवांग को अटैक करने के लिए जो कोशिश कर रहे हैं उन लोग के साथ हमारा ये तवांग के जो हमारे बॉर्डर पे जो रहते हैं इंडियन आर्मी लोग, वो लोग हमारा प्रोटेक्शन के लिए बहुत अच्छी तरह से फाइट कर रहे हैं. तो मेरी तरफ से यही दुआ है कि भगवान उन लोग को हमेशा सुरक्षित रखे और हमारा तवांग को सेफ रखे.
भगवान सुरक्षित रखे, तवांग को सेफ रखे. क्या इमोशंस आते हैं जब आप सुनते हैं कि उस तरफ के लोग हमारे सैनिकों को परेशान करते हैं?
इसमें नजर है उसका सर, अब भी इसलिए बार बार अटैक करते सर वो चीन जो कल जैसे में सर ऐसे कुछ हुआ कि चाइना तो चीन जो अब इंडिया में अभी हम लोग को तवांग अरुणाचल उसमें तवांग वो किया सर, उतने अटैक किया सर. तो उसका बारे में हम तो ज्यादा बोल नहीं सके सर, वैसे ज्यादा बोलने जानते भी.
यहाँ के लोकल्स में क्या रहती है, इमोशंस क्या रहती है, एकदम पेट्रियोटिक भावना है इंडिया को लेकर के? अब चाइना परेशान करता है तो गुस्सा आता है लोगों को?
तो गुस्सा तो बहुत आता है सर, तो गुस्सा तो बहुत आएगा सर यहाँ का लोग भी, लेकिन कुछ कर नहीं पाता सर उसको. तो अब द इंडिया का फौज है इसलिए तो सर उसके लिए सेफ्टी है अभी तक.
आप फौज के साथ खड़े हैं तट पर?
हाँ, फौज के साथ है सर.
Times Now, as you know, is the only channel which has been reporting first from the ground zero, from Tawang, which is on the line of control. And while walking towards the bordering area, we spotted this Monul Vidya Niketan, where all these children are right now preparing for the exam. These beautiful children who are the future of the country have been here. They want to, study properly, even if they are in the remotest area of the country. The children are certainly the future of India. Let's go and talk to the principal. She's coming from that side. Ma'am, how do you feel when you teach them in the remotest parts of the country?
Sir, I've been in this teaching profession for the past 6 to 7 years, sir. And I recently joined this on 1st September as the headmistress of this school. And I find these kids very adorable. Sometimes it's like really, what to say, pressurizing sometimes. They piss us really off. Sometimes we piss them, sir.
See, patriotism is something which is suddenly there has been in part of most of the children. What do you have to say about these kids? What kind of emotional value which they have with respect to India and the development which the country is having?
Okay, sir. Basically, like, sir, you know that we come from like a very remote part of India, but we are filled with patriotism. Even the small kids you see over there, they are filled with patriotism, sir. We sing national anthem every morning in the sun.
So let's listen to the national anthem which will be sung by these children. Shall we start? Shuru kare, national anthem shuru kare. Let's start.
Attention, bolo. Attention. Start. 1, 2, 3.
जय है भारत भाग्य विधाता.
Jai. So I'm sure these voices will be, this sound will go loud and clear to the Chinese who have been trying to enter in the Indian territory and trying to threaten it. But these are the young futures. Let's once again chant Bharat Mata Ki. Bharat Mata Ki. There you go. The message should go to the Chinese that how our future is also coming up to give them a tough challenge. Priyank Tripathi reporting from the ground zero for the Times Network. After provocation by the Chinese army, the Indian armed forces are certainly on high alert. We are at LG post, which is on 9,000 feet, and from here the base camp starts. And every bit of the road which leads towards the Yangshu area where this fight happened, this skirmish happened in between the Indian armed forces and the PLA has been guarded by the Indian army. Looking at the weather conditions, it's not permissible from the Indian army side for any civilian to move ahead. But time has reached to the base camp. We will show you that how these things are happening. The Yangshu area is right behind this. It's kilometers away from this location, and if you come to the board which is Lohu Gampa, which is commonly known as LG, the second stage is of 12,000 to 15,000 feet. But that doesn't end here. The Indian armed forces are also above the 15,000 feet till 45,000 meters, if you calculate that. So that is a kind of strength, and that is a kind of movement and mobilization which has been done by the Indian Army. On the other side, the intervention of the UN is also important to be seen, because none of the country would think about these two nations fighting with each other, knowing the fact that both of them have the biggest armed forces across the world. So right now the situation remains to be calm, but the manner in which the Chinese have been provoking the Indian armed forces, the forces are certainly on high alert to give it back to the PLA, and even if they attempt to carry out something like this, similar like this, they will be brought down to the nose.